What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the channel. I don't really want to explain the whole situation in total detail because I don't really think that it is really relevant to what I'm going to be talking about. So a quick synopsis on the whole thing. DDG and Tayler Holder ran into each other after a boxing conference. They got into a scuffle because everyone's ego is already overly inflated after that press conference. Things get heated, they exchange a few words, DDG leaves, and Tayler Holder quote unquote calls him a black ass motherfucker, or at least that's the narrative that DDG is running with. But first and foremost, I just want to say that I'm not really fans of either. I really couldn't care less about some TikToker dude and some YouTuber dude. Personally, I'm more of a DRG kind of guy. Anyways, DDG uploads this video here, clickbaiting the whole situation, which then forces Tayler Holder to make an apology video where he shows two different angles on what he said. And to me, it's pretty clear that he said whack. Even when I slowed it down and repeated it like 10 times, I still heard whack. I tried super hard to hear black, but to me, I couldn't hear it. And I showed the clip to one of my friends and he said he heard black in DDG's initial clip. But after showing him the Tayler Holder video, my friend agreed with me that Tayler said whack. Here, let me just play the clip for you guys and slow it down.
Fucking whack ass motherfucker, I'll slap the shit out of him. Fucking whack ass motherfucker, I'll slap the shit out of him.
Honestly, I think it's just a case of you're hearing what you want to hear in your head. So if you come in with preconceived notions and thinking that Tayler Holder said black, you're going to hear him say black. And if you come into this thinking that he said whack, you're going to hear him say whack. It's kind of like that Yanni or Laurel situation that popped up a few years back. And this is my problem with the whole situation, right? Do people truly think that Tayler Holder, who already has millions of followers with so much on the line, he would say all that in front of a whole crowd of people? Especially a crowd that has the Hollywood fix guy in it. Not to mention a ton of other paparazzi as well. In today's current political climate, that would be like the fastest way to get canceled and have your sponsorships pulled. Like, just think about that for a second. Do we really believe that Tayler Holder is stupid enough to do that in public? Also, scrolling through DDG's video, you would see comments where people were criticizing the text messages that Tayler Holder sent to DDG, and this is why the majority of people will always stay stupid. Like, just think about it. You would do the exact same thing if you were being accused of something that is so disgusting and is potentially career ruining, if not ending. Wouldn't you want to come out and clear your name to the best and fullest extent that you can? Like, really? You're criticizing Tayler Holder for sending a long ass text message explaining himself. If Tayler would have just sent a sentence or something, DDG would have clowned him in either another YouTube video or on his social media or something, saying, oh, this is all you have to say after saying something so racist. But if Tayler makes his text messages too long, people are also going to say, oh, he definitely said it now because he typed out such a long response to it. People already hate Tayler Holder anyways because he's a famous TikToker and he's best friends with the new Jake Paul, Bryce Hall. And even in DDG's own video, DDG claims that he wants a quote-unquote explanation behind what Tayler Holder said.
But Tayler, you got some explaining to do for that slur that you said. That racial slur has to come behind some explanation. You know what I mean? Now, if an explanation don't come behind this, Tayler, I'm gonna have to get an explanation out of you.
But when Tayler gives him a very long and well thought out explanation giving his side of the story and try to reach out to him, we got DDG ducking and ghosting him, which is just so bizarre to me and really raises a red flag that DDG already knows that he's in the wrong here, but he's never going to admit it. This man Tayler not only gave you one, but two angles on what he said where you can clearly see his mouth too. And then DDG's response to this whole situation is a promo video to a trash ass song that he's featured on. Like, bro, come on. Is your head on straight, man? Like, how is no one else calling DDG out for this? He is literally such a fucking pussy for doing that shit. It's clear that DDG doesn't want to actually respond to Tayler because he already knows that he was in the wrong for coming to a conclusion off of one single clip and monetizing the entire situation. And he was just using this as a clout chasing move or to try to get more publicity. And people are going to be saying, oh, DDG is already rich and famous off of his moonwalking in Calabasas song with Blueface and his music career and whatnot. But I'm talking in terms of YouTube here. The thumbnail and title is made specifically to look like Tayler Holder called you something sinister. DDG knows what he was doing, man. Like, let's not lie to ourselves here. When you see that title, Tayler Holder is canceled, he called me a censored word. And especially when it's between a white and a black dude, what is the first word that comes to your mind? Yeah, the N-word with a hard ER. It's clear that DDG is just using this whole situation to make money and paint himself as a victim. The Tayler Holder video had the most views out of every other video that DDG put out because he induced some drama. If DDG really was offended or disrespected in any way, or even wanted to take the situation very seriously on some real racist type shit, DDG would not have made a video on this or to try to monetize the situation. He more than likely would have taken the situation behind the scenes, and to be honest, he should have if he really felt some type of way about it. And when you make accusations like these, the accuser is 99% of the time not going to catch any backlash for making those statements, which is very unfair because the accused is going to have to repair and build up their public perception in a good manner again. But at the end of the day, there's just really no winning with some of these delusional people. So I would just move on with this current situation and leave it behind me if I were Tayler Holder, which is exactly what it looks like he's doing. DDG is just super slimy for doing something like this. And DDG's core fan base also consists of black people. So they're obviously going to be biased and side of DDG over some random white TikToker dude that they have never even heard of or even seen before. Plus, when you add in the history of the dynamic between white and black people in the United States, people are always going to get emotional, and when people get emotional, they tend to not think clearly about the situation or be level-headed. DDG really is bugging for this though, getting thousands of people tailing this poor Tayler dude for something he didn't even say. Like, DDG needs to put out an apology video, or at least get called out for this by some other big creator, or put on blast or something, but he probably won't put out an apology because he has too much of an ego, and he probably won't care unless it's happening to him. And this whole beef really just makes me want to see a DDG versus Tayler Holder boxing match instead of whoever that they're both boxing. I think that would make the whole event way more interesting and a way better undercard than what they have currently. But anyways, that's my thoughts on the current situation. And that wraps it up for this video, and that's it for me for today, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this whole DDG versus Tayler Holder situation down in the comments, as well as if you agreed or disagreed with anything I've said. Also, thank you all so much for watching, and if you're new to the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to watch my last video if you missed it, and also follow me on Twitter at @Spolt if you guys want to keep up with me. And as always, guys, thank you all for watching. Peace out.